What is going on, everyone? This is Nero again, and this is actually one of the very first games with playing with the new Team SB. Now, a few videos back, I don't remember how many videos, guys. Will make me count. It was I put a tryout video, a video saying that we're having tryouts for Team SB. And for those of you who don't know, Team SB is a group of gamers that I started up about a year ago. Dedicated to winning, dedicated to playing the objective, and when we try to get a higher win-loss, we do kill-death ratio because, any given lobby you get into, people are like, "Oh, what's your KD? You're a bad player. You don't have like a high KD," and I completely disagree. I think that your win-loss ratio definitely states you as a person, or not as a person, but as a player, excuse me. And so I started Team SB. We had tryouts. These are a few of the members that made it in. I think there was like one or two, maybe. All in all, we got about 7 people. And we do plan on having one more tryout for people that couldn't make it to the last one, but that's neither here or there. Just wanted to say quick cover on the gameplay. That's who I'm playing with. We're playing Ground War Domination. Do get a pretty beast score. But I want to talk a little bit more about win-loss ratio versus kill-death ratio. Now, people can make the argument, well, KD means you're a skilled player consistently. Okay, that makes sense. Win-loss ratio means you win consistently. That means you go out there and you play the objective, you play a game it's meant to be played. I mean, if you play a certain way, you can have a 4 KD every game. No problem. No problem at all. Look how I'm playing. Have you seen me stop moving? I definitely... Oh, I thought I was going to turn on a guy there. I definitely move around a lot. And that's why my kill-death ratio is like a 2. I really don't know, 2.2, 2.3, something like that in Black Ops, somewhere in that general vicinity. But my win-loss ratio is a 4.8. Now, how many people do you know that have a 4.8 win-loss ratio? Not very many. Now, people are like, well, whenever people, like I get into a lobby or friends bring in friends, that kind of thing, and one of the first things they do when they get into our lobby is like, wow, look at your win-loss ratio. I'm like, yeah, you should try it sometime. It's called winning. Haha, Charlie Sheen style. And he's like, oh, well, I play by myself. I'm like, that's not an excuse. When I play by myself, I still win. You still try to win. You still do what you can to win. When people play by themselves, generally, they don't care as much. They're like, oh, well, I don't have any people I know in here, so I give up. I'm just going to run around and quickscope people or something like that. I mean, that's neither here or there. Again, it's just how people play when they play by themselves. For whatever reason, they decide, they don't want to do anything. They don't want to try for anything. And then they're like, oh, why rage quit? Why? I'm like, really? That's your excuse. You rage quit. It's it's a video game. You're getting so upset that you quit out of a game. And alright, here's my theory towards rage quitting. People say your win-loss ratio should not be affected by rage quitting. If you rage quit, your win-loss ratio should not go down. Way I see it, if you're rage quitting, chances are you're getting your shit kicked in, your teeth are literally in the back of your throat, and you have no place to... I get a ceiling bang on that guy, but you have no place to go. I mean, you are sitting there, your team is being murdered, there's nothing you can do, and you just quit. Like, wow, well, that's rage quit, I'm mad, I rage quit, rage quit. Think about that, I mean, if you're pushed back that far, how good of a player are you really? If you let it get to that situation. Now, if you don't have the common sense, common knowledge, to say, okay, I'm playing by myself, it's Demolition, it's Nuketown, and there's a team of 6 on the other team, they all have the same clan tag, and they're all 15th prestige. If you have the common sense to back out from that, I mean, no one's going to hold that against you. If if you're in a lobby like that, and you see the people that are so ridiculously good, and especially if you played a game before that, and you know the people you're matched up with are just are not going to be able to do anything. It's really going to be a 1-on-6. It's going to be seriously open season for the other team. They're just going to line you up and shoot you down. Back out before the game starts. If you take that notion to actually go into that game saying, okay, I can do this, then you're saying, okay, I deserve a loss if I don't win this game. And that's my opinion towards rage quitting right there. I mean, if you think about it, the stats are perfect in Call of Duty. I love how actually, there's a few flaws. And this is actually something... Excuse me for a second. I'm getting parched. Don't know why. But there's a few things wrong, and this is something we're all going to experience in the very beginning of Modern Warfare 3, is when the servers are bad in Call of Duty, especially like when Modern Warfare 3 is going to first come out. Because if you guys remember Black Ops' initial launch, or you remember Modern Warfare 2's initial launch, you are sitting there, and it's hard as hell to get into a game. Dropping shit. It is hard as hell to get into a game when you have people with you. Now, when I first started playing Black Ops, we had about a squad of five or four or five or no, I don't think we had six. I remember specifically saying I wish we had a full party. And when I would search for a match, it'd put me in a match that we're already losing, and then it would kick all my teammates out, and they'd all be at the main menu. And then instead of waiting, I mean, it's a new game we want to play, they just invite me. I'd accept the invite. I'd take that loss. Those kind of losses are inevitable. I mean, if you're searching by yourself and you go into a match and you're being stomped 140 to 35 or something like that, there's nothing you can do. I mean, you can try and make that comeback, which it's possible to make that comeback. You just really got to work for it. You can make that comeback, but it's kind of hard to do. And that's kind of like where a flaw is in the Call of Duty matchmaking, but it has to be that way, because how many times have you been on the opposite end of the spectrum, where your team's the one destroying everyone, and people keep backing out on you, and then new people keep joining, and it just keeps getting a fresh flock of players coming in at you. That's understandable. I mean, you want that, so it's kind of a you win some, you lose some scenario. But if you guys have been paying attention to this gameplay, I think that we've had a Blackbird pretty much the entire game, because we feed off each other. That's what we do in SB here. One of us gets a Blackbird, none of us gets a Blackbird. This is my second or third pair of dogs. I haven't really been paying attention to the gameplay. I've been kind of going on and preaching about the importance of win-loss ratio. And I mean, that can honestly be said about anything you do. You should go into anything you do, video game or not, and put your best foot forward. You should really try to do anything you can to be the best at what you're doing. I mean, some people take Call of Duty to the point where it's competitive. You want to win. You're legitimately angry if you lose, and I think that's a healthy habit. I mean, unless you're sitting there like, okay, I'm gonna cut myself if I don't win this game. I need to force myself to be better at Call of Duty. Nothing like that. But you do need to do something to try and force yourself to become a better player, and try it at anything you do. Because Team SP, I mean, if you're doing bad, we'll let you know. And that's why we all have such high win-loss ratios. That's why our kill deaths are much higher than the standard player that you'll run into in any given lobby. And that's why we do so well. I mean, we force each other to do well. We have that competitive nature. It's kind of like this little buddy thing, like, oh, look how bad you did that last game. And that person's like, oh, hell no. And so they come out that next game. Like, for me, for example, you see how I'm tearing it up right now? I was in 4th, 5th place, like, every game before this. I mean, I hadn't played Call of Duty in a while. I was rocking the UAV, carrying UAVs to warm myself up and help the team out. I couldn't do anything. I mean, that's my excuse, but I couldn't do anything. My aim was just terrible. I couldn't kill anybody. And then one person's like, wow, I can't believe I've been ahead of Nero this many times in a row. I'm like, hell no. And so out comes the Galil, out comes the Flakjack, out comes the Tac Mask, and here comes the 68-2 gameplay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys enjoyed my little ranting on winning and losing and what win-loss versus kill-death ratio. But please remember that a simple like or favorite definitely helps my channel grow. And if you did make it this far, let me know in the comment section, because I myself find it hard to watch an 8-minute commentary. So if you did make it this far, bravo for you. So have a great day, guys. This has been Nero, and peace out, guys.